and the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We actually solved today a problem that I had myself with my last company that I founded, the online supermarket. So when I was selling milk, basically. And if you could do me a favor, please focus on 3 things today. On KPI effect of what I'm telling you. No? Everything we sell, or a product that you sell to an enterprise must have, of course, a big KPI effect. On the integration effort and on the most important part, compliance. I know it sounds boring, it's not. I can tell you one thing, this picture is a lie. When you're founding a company, you often look like this. And when you look like this, you have a problem. You have the problem that you have dark circles under your eyes. So what can you do? When people have problems or when people have desires, they make their purchase decisions in physical stores, because no online shop in the world can handle problems or desires. When I put that into an online shop, I get wet nail polish. That might not that might distract from the actual problem, but it's not the solution. So. But online shopping today is even worse. Like when you put the most generic search queries in the search bar in the web shop, you find really funny results. Like for instance, MediaMarkt, Saturn. When you're searching for Taylor Swift albums, they don't know Taylor Swift. I mean, maybe a generation thing. And also when you're looking for a washing machine at Euronics, you don't find anything. A screw cannot be found at Obi, a screw in a DIY store. And the word clue at Jumbo, one of our the largest DIY chain in Switzerland, clue means nails. So they don't even find nails in French. And French is a pretty good idea when you're operating in Switzerland. So what's the effect of that? The effect of that is that people leave the store and go somewhere else, to Amazon or in the local retailer. And that is the reason why Amazon has a market share in Germany in e-commerce of 48%. Small companies like Douglas, Saturn and so, they share the remaining 52%. But those companies are actually very successful, a MediaMarkt or a Obi and stuff, but not online. They became enterprises because they have an amazing customer experience offline, and they always failed to transfer that into the online world. And what we did, we built a tool based on generative AI that enables people to have a desire-fulfilling customer experience and a problem-solving customer advice, as you actually only get it in a physical store, but in the entire omnichannel. It's a website widget that when you, for instance, let's put it a bit harder, let's look for a screw to hang a heavy painting at a concrete wall. No? You don't just, of course they have screws in a DIY store, and we find them also, but we don't only find them. We also offer the ideally fitting complementary products, which is like the dowel to the screw and something to hang it at the wall, like the most likely products to actually buy with and increase the basket. In numbers, that has a tremendous effect. So we increased the revenue per user, which is like the combination of conversion rate and basket size, by over 500%. That can, like when they made €1 and then now they make 5, so that's also 500%. But they pay us 150,000 euros for that product a year, and they earn, I can't say what they earn, but I can say the ROI, almost 12 times as much. So it does have a proper effect. And they also use it actually in on-site retail, like in the physical stores, for the employees having it on the handheld, that they can give advice also for other departments, where because it's really frustrating when you actually find an employee in a DIY store or in an electronic store, and then they tell you they are from a different department, they can't help you. They solve that with our tool too. And also in the mobile application, I always loved, like, I think no interface is the best interface. Shazam, one button. Also this, you have the app and you can talk to a human. And that is also like, let's go to the integration, because when we do enterprise only means their IT departments doesn't have time. They have a lot of capacity or a lot of resources in the IT department, but they don't have time when you come with an integration project, no? And that's why like the integration has basically two sides. It's once the data input, because when we give qualified advice based on the assortment of a retailer, we must get access to the data. We do that by crawling the website. That's the easiest, and this is no effort for our customers. And then the implementation itself, which is a JavaScript snippet, and can be implemented within half an hour, basically, by any chimpanzee. Coming to the third part, compliance. It looks complex. It's actually not, because the problem we are facing is you can talk to our tool. That means you can say anything you want. Anything you want means you can say, my name is Marc, I live in that address, and I have a broken leg. That means that you have health data, personal data, IP address, full catastrophe. When Marc is below 18, his confirmation to the Datenschutzvereinbarung is also invalid. That is, when you don't solve that, that is a so-called systematic data GDPR infringement. The penalty by the European Commission for that is 4% of global revenue. One of our customers is Volkswagen Group. They make 300 billion in revenue globally. That 4% is quite a lot of money. So how do we solve it? We keep the personal data of our customers there where it's actually hold best, and that is at our customers. So we offer a gateway solution that can be hosted on premise, where the personal data, no matter what they type in or speak in, is masked, and the IP address is exchanged. That solves that issue, and it solves it so good that even the Bundesagentur für Arbeit, the enemy or the Endgegner des Datenschutzes, was approved that. So the second thing is IP right compliance. We get access to a lot of documents from when we crawl also, and we don't have the IP right to those documents. When I now take something where I don't have the IP right on, and I give it into an LLM, that is to a third party, that is an IP right infringement. And that is also illegal. What we do is that we extract the attributes of the documents, because every product application is based on its attribute, basically. No? When I say it rains through my roof, what can I do? A pot is a quick fix because the attribute of collecting water enables it to be a quick fix, for instance. But and then we extract the attributes and enrich them and correct them. And in this situation, we create a new IP right, which is ours, based on sources that are from our customers. And that is basically, you can compare it to writing a PhD thesis. When you write a PhD thesis, the intellectual property to the thesis is yours, even though you used sources where you don't have the intellectual property on. And the last part is answer accuracy. Some of our customers are large DIY groups. Questions like, how can I get rid of my neighbor? You will find a lot of stuff in the DIY store for that. But the answer is pretty incompliant. Also, we have a customer called Compo. They produce fertilizer. Fertilizers can also be used to create bombs, and those things must be made sure that the answer is always, and by always I mean always, compliant and correct as far as it can be. That's also the reason why, or that's compliance part is also the reason why we are in the SAP store, which is like good for us, perfect, because it gives us access to the largest enterprises in the world. But the problem is, like, we are always pitching against the website search. The website search is we make a live demo, then I type in something in the website search. Tyler Swift is not found, and then in our product is the perfect solution that has a certain magic. But why does this website search not work? I mean, behind the website search are companies like Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch has a valuation of $19 billion. They know what they do. They're actually pretty good. The answer is it's not a search problem; it's a data problem. The website search cannot find what is not there. And that's why we enrich the product information data of our customers. We always do that, and we also correct them because retailers often have extreme mistakes in their PIM data, and we enrich them by taking like the product manuals and extracting the attributes also from product images, product videos, and then through this, we have correct and complete product information about the product. And because the problem when you type in, for instance, sandpaper, no? Also a classical DIY product, sandpaper. At Jumbo, before we met Jumbo, every sandpaper had the same name. They also had the same product description. Not great. So there's no differentiation. The only differentiation is the color. Unfortunately, the color is an irrelevant attribute. But the grid is of a sandpaper. And that, of course, the website search cannot find anything. That's logic, because there's no differentiation. By the way, our advisor would also not be able to find anything. That's why we enrich the data. And we are so good at that we made our own product out of it. We call it enhanced product data enrichment. Product data enrichment means that by pressing a button for hundreds of thousands of products, the entire assortment becomes like the attributes become relevant in the title, because the title is the core, and the title is the relevant attributes for a product are always different for every product, every category, and every retail vertical. For instance, the grid is important for sandpaper, but the color is not. But the color is important for wall paint. No? So this is quite a problem, and also it also makes and we also create an SEO optimized text. That's actually the easy part technically, but that also has that must have a KPI impact. And that's it. When you want to hide when you want to hide a dead body, you put it on the second page of Google because then nobody will find it. And we had a situation like with the first 10,000 products, none of them were listed at Google, none of them, because no differentiation. And after 4 months, 90% were listed, 40% on page 1, and 15% on the first 3 hits. That means it means it increases the SEO conversion rate massively, and also the sales. So we summarize that. It means that the advisor, the virtual customer assistant, converts traffic, and enhance product data enrichment creates traffic. We do that for a couple of companies, not all in e-commerce, but that's actually our sweet spot. We like for small companies like Audi, or the latest one is Porsche, but also like OLB, Procter & Gamble, and a couple of retailers. And we do that often with implementation partners like Valantic, because we are a software company and we don't sell man hours, we sell software. But some of our customers want some man hours, like for project management and stuff, but we don't do that. So that's why we have an ecosystem full of consultancies. Thank you very much.